Hi guys, I'm Sandra with SONDRALARAY Photography, and I wanted to create a video to talk about albums and printing our images for our clients and why it's so important, and also the tools that I use to help me with that. So I offer albums with my clients from the get-go when they first book. Even if they don't commit to an album or to prints in the beginning, once I'm finished with our gallery and it's uploaded, I still design an album for them and a slideshow and show it to them in hopes that maybe they'll see the value of it, and then they will want an album. Albums are so important, especially when it comes to weddings, because that's their keepsake. They can have something physical that they hold on to, reminisce, share with their family. Just go back and look on the memories of that. Um, so there's a couple different programs that I use to help me with that. So first thing I use is Aftershoot. Aftershoot is AI culling, AI editing, and AI retouching. And so I will put all of my images through Aftershoot, and then once I choose the images that I want for the design of the album, or my clients have chosen their images, I put those into Fundy. And Fundy is what I use to actually design the album. Once the album is designed, then I upload them into UAF Photo Lab, and that is who prints my albums for me. So I'm going to just show you my process throughout that and go from there. So when you open up Aftershoot, this is what you're going to see. These are going to be the albums that you've already culled and edited. You can add new albums. But before we start, I want to kind of show you guys the marketplace. So when it comes to the editing portion of Aftershoot, you can create your own profile, and that's where it learns your editing style and how you would edit photos. And so when you create your own profile and then you run edits through your profile, it's going to make the adjustments that it's learned from your style. However, we also have the marketplace. So if you don't have enough images to create a profile, or you want to try out a different style, you can come to the marketplace, and there's some creators who are on here who have created their own profiles. And then there's also some built-in profiles from Aftershoot. And so you can go through here and you can download the profile and then you can try it. The other good thing about Aftershoot is you don't need the internet when you're culling and editing. The only time that you need access to that is when you're creating your own profile. And so I can be on an airplane editing, driving on the way home from a wedding, and have it on my laptop in the back seat editing and culling. So you can do it from anywhere. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the home screen. I had already culled and edited this album just for the sake of time, but this is the import screen where you're going to see all of your images. And then you have the tab bar up here. So you have your culling and you have your editing. They also have one-click cull and edit now. So you can click it and then walk away, and it's going to do both. So if I wanted it to cull and edit this gallery, I'm going to tell it what type of shoot it is. So I'm going to say it's a wedding because that's what it is. There's also all these other different categories, and you can choose other if you don't see your specific category as well. And then you can tell it how strict you want your cull. So you can say, I want the most amount of photos, or I really want you to just give me the best of the best. I usually leave it on standard, works pretty well for me. So then I'm going to go to next step. So this is now my editing preferences. So this is where you're going to choose the profile that you want it to edit in. I have my own weddings profile that I use. So that's what I'm going to select. And then you can turn off or turn on AI cropping. I usually have it on and I have it set to like loose, so just minor adjustments, but you can also turn that to aggressive cropping as well. AI straightening, this alone is worth the entire program because for the life of me, I cannot shoot straight. So the amount of time Aftershoot takes just to straighten my images is saves me so much time. And then you can choose to do AI masking, and that's where it puts a subject mask on your photo. So when I do it, I usually have that turned on, but I have it where it just does a subject mask. It doesn't edit that at all. If you have it on with edits, Aftershoot is going to make your subject pop just a little bit with a nice feathered mask. But the amount of time that it saves me just by adding that mask, and then if I want to make any adjustments, I will go do that. Because even though Aftershoot gets me 90% of the way there, I still want to go through and look at my images. I still want to make adjustments according to how I do it. And so it's not replacing me as a photographer. It's not doing everything for me. It's carrying the workload, and then I'm going to come through and do the finishing touches, and the amount of time that that alone saves is crazy. Okay, so we're just going to do subject mask only, and then we're going to go to next step, and then we're going to hit start, cull, and edit. And now Aftershoot is going to go through and cull and edit that gallery for me. Because I already did this, I'm just going to cancel it for time's sake, and I'll show you on the previous cull and edit what it had did. So we're going to go to the cull bar. So you can see here it's grouping these similar images. So the image that it's selecting, it turns it green, saying that I think that this is the best image out of the three. And I would agree with that. So so we're gonna go back here. Oops. And it doesn't mean that you have to follow exactly what it says. So if by hitting the right and left arrow key, I can go through and go back and say, okay, I like this second one. If I hit the A key, it's going to add that into my selected images. Or vice versa, say it selects one and I'm like, no, I don't need that image. I can hit X and it's going to unselect that for me. So I still have full control on all of the images that my clients are getting, and which ones are being selected, but I can go back and review that. But it's already taken all of these similar images and had grouped them together. And so the amount that saves alone. And then I love these key faces because you can see if eyes are opened or what their actual face looks like. So especially in like family photos, that's a huge time saver as well. So the filters it has is green is selected, blue is your highlighted images. I don't use that as often. Red is saying, okay, this image is blurry, you don't want this. Purple is anything with closed eyes, as closed eyes can be intentional as well. So that's the cool portion of it. And then if you go to edit, it's going to also have, all of those filters and labels on there as well. So this is what I use to cull and edit my weddings. This has saved me so much time because I'll come home from a wedding and I will back up my images and then I will upload them right to Aftershoot and cull and edit, and I'll go to sleep. So when I wake up in the morning, I just have to go through and I have to review all of that and make any final changes that I want to do. So once all of my images are culled and edited, I'm going to go through and I'm going to pick the images that I want for my album. And then I'm going to take those images and I'm going to put them into Fundy. So this is Fundy. And so after I've done and culled and edited and I've chosen the images I want for my gallery, I come into Fundy. If I were to start a new project, that's what you'd click on and you would upload those images. I've already created this album, so we're just going to go to the album and open that up and show you what that looks like. But if you didn't create the album already, you could click on it and you can have Fundy design it for you. And then you can also make changes if you want images in different places compared to the design for you. So you would hit design for me and it would do it for you. So you can click on it, you can change, there's so many features that you can do. I could do like a full tutorial on Fundy alone. So you can click on it. You can also go click here to layouts and it's going to show you like all the different layouts that you could use for this many photos. So we're going to go out of that though. And then up here, like you can do print displays, like so what it would look like if they printed on their wall, and you can actually put the photos in there and it shows the furniture, like how they could see it if it looked in their house. So many cool features here. One of the ones I really love too is I will send a link to my bride and groom with their album, but it also plays it in like a slideshow, and it has like you can choose music behind it. But it just has like this whole like romantic feel of like if they were to be looking through their album. So I love this feature, and I think that with the music it just adds a whole nother touch to it. Okay, so once I have my album designed, I have everything set that I want. I'm gonna go through and you can put here like you can edit the size of the album up at the top corner. You can say whether the album has a cover or no cover, like if it's gonna be printed on the front of the album. You can put all of that on there. So then you would go through and you're going to export for print. So then once you export that for print, you're going to go to UAF Photo Lab. This is who I print through. Their quality is amazing. They care. The owners genuinely care and put so much heart into everything that they do. If I ever have an issue, I've heard of people who've had like ordered an album and there was a word misspelled. The owner himself was like, picked up the phone and was like, hey, did you mean to do this? I don't want to print it just in case. And then they were able to change it and save the heartache and the effort of having to print a completely new one, and expanding that time for your client. And so it's just been nothing but amazing with working with UAF, their products, their pricing, all of it. Okay, so this is their main page. When you go there, you can go through all their products, their cover materials, everything. So you're going to go to log in or register. I already have an account with them, but if you don't have an account, this is your first time using UAF, you're going to click here and you're going to hit create account. You're going to enter in all of your information. So your name, your company name, you do need your EIN number, your tax number, your phone number, address, not a robot. Click and you're going to create account. Super, super easy. I'm going to just sign in because I already have an account. Okay, so then you can go up here. So there's the order here, and I want to order an album. So I'm going to go to album. The other thing you can do is you can go to presentations, you can go to studio supplies, you can go to wall art, all of that. So we're just going to do a classic album. They also have acrylic albums, which are beautiful. I honestly think acrylic is probably my favorite. And then I also really love the journal. So we're going to go to classic album. And this is where you're going to choose your size and make sure that it's the size that you designed your album for. That way you can make sure there's like no faces right on the seam, things like that. So I believe we did an 8x10. You're going to name your album. And then you're going to choose the cover, and they also have swatches. I wish I had them with me right now, but where you can actually have your clients feel them and look at them and see what they look like in person, because I feel like sometimes online is way different than in person. And so you have the actual swatches if you meet with your clients in person. So we're going to do like the emerald. And then you're going to choose the cover type. If you want embossing, you're going to do a plain cover. And then the font, if you did embossing, and you can choose like the location, the alignment. You can add additional spreads. So depending on how many spreads was in there. Page thickness, you can do standard or double thick. Even the standard I had noticed through UAF is really thick compared to everybody else's standard. You can add gilding. I love gilding. I always put gold on there. You can do an album box. You can do the acrylic cover album box, the classic matching the album, or you can just do the standard black soft touch album box. And then you can go on, you can add a ribbon. There's so many things that you can customize for this. And then once you do that, you're going to go to choose file, and you're going to put, so that right here is my album design, but you're going to put it in a zip folder, which I have here labeled Maylee and Grayson, a wedding album. And then you can see, okay, if I had a cover, that would be. So we hit open and we upload that, and then we just add it to cart. So starting from the beginning, I upload my photos from the wedding. I cull and edit through Aftershoot. I will soon be doing all my retouching through Aftershoot. Import those images that I want in the album or for my print designs into Fundy. Fundy has a world of tools that you can use and create and design. Once my album is designed in Fundy, I export that into a zip file. I'm uploading that to UAF Photo Lab, and I'm printing a beautiful album for my clients to hold on to have a keepsake forever. I will put the links in the comments. I am an ambassador for Aftershoot and UAF. And so I swear by them. I represent them, obviously. But I will put links in the comments. So there will be a link for Aftershoot that gives you a 30-day free trial. You can try it out, see if it works for your business. There's no credit card required whatsoever. We want you to try it and see if it works for you. If it works for you and you fall in love with it like I did, you're going to want to use it. But for, if it doesn't work or it doesn't align with your business, we don't want you wasting your money on that either. And then I will also put a link for UAF Photo Lab. So if you want to try out the albums or you want to check out their quality and you want to see them, they also do 50% off studio samples. So if you want to have some samples in your studio that you can show your clients, I will put that link in there for you as well. If you guys have any questions at all, don't hesitate to comment or reach out. I'd love to help. You can follow me on Instagram at SONDRALARAY's Photography, Facebook, SONDRALARAY's Photography, and I also have an education platform, Shooting Your Shot Photography Education, which is a Facebook group as well. Awesome. Thanks for sticking around, guys.